Any trauma we got from our parents, especially the opposite sex parent, we carry over into our dating relationships. This is why nobody should be marrying anyone if you didn't meet their parents, because you got to know who made them, because you're going to begin to see into their trauma just by being around mom and dad for a couple hours. My maximum, and I tell women this, I'll say it here now, 2 years. If a woman been living under the same roof with a man consecutively for 2 years, he knows if he gonna wife her. Facts. First of all, we men, after about 6 months, you got a pretty good idea whether this is, you understand?
Absolutely.
But the reason you got to live together is what I said earlier. We know how to be the best actor Hollywood ever created when we don't have to share space. If all I'm doing is picking you up, going to dinner, going to the movies, going to the Hawks game, going to the Falcons game, going to vacation to Bermuda, we have a pleasure contract. We about to turn this into an official relationship? Well, guess what? I got things about me I don't really want you to know. But guess what? Now you live with her. You under the same roof. Now, mind you, y'all been dating for 5 years. It's been gravy. You live with her for 1 week. Guess what you found out in 1 week? You found out she don't like to wash her ass. This is real.
Right.
This is real.
Uh-huh. That shit is real. But you know, I'm a firm believer in, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should only take like a shower every other day anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like laundry costs.
Biologically, but she been traumatized, raped, abused, abandoned by her father, emotionally scarred by her mother. Although she's 45 biologically, psychologically, she could be 12. Psychologically, you could be 6.
A lot of people psychologically
and the big reason why a
immature.
lot of our relationships don't work out is you got two people who are around the same biological age, but psychologically they're at two different levels.
Yep. That's a motherfucking fact right there, you heard? Not everybody is like psychologically the same motherfucking age, man. You feel me? A lot of people stuck in the past. A lot of people never really got past that point of trauma. And you know, they can't defend it with they can't defend themselves against their mama, so they take it out on you.
You see this, you're like, damn, why she acting like a child? Why he acting like a child? Because guess what? They are not psychologically where you are. And here's the big problem we have. We think we've met our match when we get into a relationship where we never argue and there's no type of conflict or disagreement. That's a trap. You know why that's a trap? Everybody has a pain body. You got one, I got one, they got one. What is a pain body? That is an energy that you carry within your soul. It's a deep part of your unconscious that contains the memory of every negative experience you ever had in your life. From the time you got bullied, you know, from your father spanking you in front of your friends, your girlfriend cheating on you. Everything you went through negative is in this pain body, right? You have one. Everybody got one. If you've never seen it activated in your queen-to-be, it ain't time to get married yet.
Yeah. If you ain't trauma bond with a bitch, she can't get the motherfucking dick, you heard? Real toxic nigga shit. Shout out to motherfucking Pluto with this motherfucking, yeah? Nah, but that ass though, man. You got a trauma bond before you motherfucking bring her to your mom. You feel me? Like, I know it sound a little bit toxic and all that, but we in the hood and, you know, this is how we find our love.
Because you have to determine whether or not you can live with her pain body when it gets activated. See, this is where we date for 5 years and everything's been great. We moved in for 1 month. Now we get a divorce. You know why? Because it's easy to date when y'all don't have to share the same space. It's easy to date when y'all don't have to share the same space. Now y'all sharing the same space, and all that she kept hidden in her, or all that you kept hidden in you, now it's going to come out. And do you want to know why? The ego doesn't like to lie. Your ego never wants. When she says, "Are you cheating on me?" You say no. If you are, your ego want to say, "Fuck yeah, I'm cheating." And I'm gonna. You see, the ego doesn't like to lie. You see, right. So once you're forced, 3 things normally force the ego to tear the mask off. Because when we dating each other, we're basically dating the ideal self. We're projecting before the other person. We're not dating who we really are.
That's so deep right there, because we are honestly dating the person that we would like our significant other to become. We are not actually dating the person that they are presenting to us. That's the ideal state. We are dating who we believe they can one day be. And the truth is, most of these females never live up to that.
When you meet somebody, you never tell them, I'm an alcoholic. I have trouble showing up for work at time. I had 10 jobs in the past year. My father left me. I grew up in a brothel with my mother who was a prostitute. You're not telling her none of that. You have to figure out all her flaws on your own. You see that? And so that's why we don't trust each other when we begin dating, because we both know we got a pain body. We both know we got baggage, and neither person wants to be transparent about what their issues are from the beginning.
Damn.
Yeah. So I done forgot to properly introduce the motherfucking show. It's the Most Wise Fleezus. This here is Black Renaissance Podcast. You know, I gotta get into black relationships, right? Because we can't build a black society without black love. And unfortunately, there's a lot of teaching that we gotta do. And y'all ladies don't believe the black nigga with his pants sagging off his ass banging crip. So I'd rather you listen to this Dr. Umar shit.
See, we force the other person to learn them on their own. So nobody trusts nobody, because I know you got shit in your closet and you ain't giving me none of it. And because I got to study you and I don't know how long I'm gonna have to study you, I'm gonna try to hold my feelings back as much as I can. And for that very same reason, we like to keep something on the side too. Because if this don't work out, I need something else to fall out on. Well, guess what? If you got something on the side, there's no way you can be fully committed to this. Now, let me tie trauma back into this. How can you fully love if you're too afraid to get hurt?
That's a Fendi right there. And too much of these women are scared to get hurt, so they keep all these options, both men and female. You know what I'm saying? They be trisexuals, while the men gotta try to work with their trauma, these females' trauma.
Right. And if you can't fully love because you're too afraid to get hurt, you have no business dating in the first place. Because what you might mistake for love is nothing more than a psychologically unhealthy attachment or addiction for someone else's presence in.
And then these girls will force you into like promiscuous situations. Like, no, nigga, I want loyalty.
That wasn't love. You couldn't kill somebody you loved. You know what was going on? He was addicted to her presence in his life. His illness cannot exist without her presence in his life. And because he can no longer have her presence in his life, he's going to take her life. That's not love. That's psychopathology and addiction. And you have a lot of traumatized black people running around thinking they're in love with people. You're not in love. You are simply addicted to their presence in your life. They serve a purpose for you. That's it. It's not love. And if you don't really understand what love is, oftentimes clinginess, attachment, thirstiness, and addiction is called love, and it's not. Love don't hurt. If it hurts, it has to be trauma.
See, but the thing is, y'all don't tell these females to stop playing these motherfucking mind games. That's why these females is getting hurt out here. You feel me? Like, if you just fucking a nigga, let him know you just fucking him, man. You know what I'm saying? Stop kind of like manipulating the situation to benefit you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem with a lot of these females, man. They don't really keep it 100. Like, a lot of females are just pathological liars. And unfortunately, they know that the system or therapists like Dr. Umar gonna let them off the hook. Nobody not gonna really hold them accountable for their actions.
And looking to authentically know a woman, her pain body, what she really comes with, to unlock that version of her, and her to unlock that in me as well. How does that happen?
First of all, it cannot happen until both of you feel the other person is a safe space for you. So it doesn't happen early on in a relationship. It happens at a point, normally after you guys have been intimate, although I don't think that's a good idea. I think it needs to come before the intimacy, because intimacy tends to unlock a lot of that pain. See, so when you guys get to a point where you're pretty sure that you're interested in taking this a little further, let's start talking about some of the things we've been through so we can understand each other a little more. You see that? The problem is people are very slow to disclose past traumas because, number one, they buried them somewhere deep within themselves and don't want to touch them again. And they fail to realize that they still exude energy and influence all throughout your life.
That's offending. Let me stop saying that's offending, because if they're not from New York, I don't know what that means. I mean, so offending means facts in New York. Gucci mean great. But yeah, you know, like that trauma, that should come off your pores, that should have aura.
She don't want to revisit the rape.
A lot of bad energy be coming out your fucking vagina. Y'all don't even know.
Operates. We think we can bury it. You can't.
Pussy still good.
So that's one issue. Number two, if I tell him this, how do I know he ain't gonna share it with his mother, his best friend, his brother? We as black people have a very
niggas can't hold water,
confidentiality.
Basically, niggas can't hold water, but the truth is, bitches really can't hold water. And then they kind of like blame it on the niggas when the shit kind of come back around. Like, no, you told your friend told someone else, and shit got in the streets, and now you don't want to blame your friend, so you're blaming me, because the black man is always a good scapegoat.
You know, I look at my life, right? I've never discussed my personal, intimate moments with women, with nobody. If anybody ever found out about me and a woman, I don't care if it was high school, she had to tell it.
Now that's real nigga shit right there. Never tell nobody bitches that you hit, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe your right hand and your left, but nobody else. Because at the end of the day, man, like, sex is a sacred thing. For real. Because
I consider the woman so sacred, and her giving me that part of her so sacred, nobody will know that this ever happened.
I concur. I wholeheartedly feel the same way. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all.
But I know few men who are like that. A lot of men are like women. They want to run and tell everything that goes on in the relationship. If there's no confidentiality in the relationship, nobody's ever going to disclose anything. A woman has to know that if I tell him this, even if we don't work out, this never goes into another person's ears.
It's a secret society. All we ask is trust. That's a must, yeah?
You were the same way. If you got a man who's been sexually abused or grew up in a foster home, but nobody knew it, or my mom is really my aunt because my mom left me on a step, if I tell her this and we end up not working out, is this table talk at girls' night? You see, so people got to really feel you're a safe space before they start to divulge that part of themselves.
It's expose culture right now. Everything, everybody's being put on blast right now.
And that's exactly why a lot of us are not willing to tell our significant others the type of pain that we carry around with us every day. Because if this gets out, it'll be used against me by people who are not for me.
Man, I'ma keep it so tall. I'ma keep it so tall with y'all, man. I can't lie to the fans. I can't lie to my supporters. I can't lie to my fam, to my FBAs. I'ma be real, like, for real. Like, I really made this video for the one that I love, you know, for real, for real. And a lot of the times, we really can't talk to those people, like, they don't want to hear what we gotta say, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're really married to the image, to the ideal personality that they created in their head, you know what I'm saying? It's like, she ain't really listening to what you gotta say, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, we had to go our separate ways. And I think that it's a pity. But at the same time, you know, like the brother Dr. Umar said, man, there's so much trauma in the black community. Like, it's ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm gonna be real with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, I talk all this shit about immigrants and all that, but like, an immigrant got my heart, you know what I'm saying? Like an anchor baby, as we would call it, you know what I'm saying? 2 immigrant parents, and, you know, one, she's a, you know, born here and stuff like that, but very intelligent, revolutionary girl. You know, the marches, Black Lives Matter, motherfucking protests, like, she really fight the battle. When you got 2 people fighting the battle, man, sometimes the swords end up getting pointed at each other, you know what I'm saying? Especially when, you know, when we have two totally opposing views, right? Me as a conservative, her as a Democrat, you know, it really gets crazy. So sometimes I need to speak through my art, and I felt like God sent this podcast to me yesterday to speak to Shorty. Excuse me, my baby. And for real, man, like on some real nigga shit, man. I've given my all in that, man. I've never opened up like I had with Shorty, man. Like, I see me stop doing videos a whole year and all that, man. Like, the past 6 months been pure relationship, you know what I'm saying? And she's the person who told me go back to YouTube. She's the person who told me, like, yo, I really believe in you, and like, that's why it's like, damn. But at the same time, I gotta show you that I'm a real man. I ain't mean to hurt you, baby. I just want you to understand. But with that being said, let me tell you this. I'm sorry again.
Coming together.
I love that. We got MJ backstage. We bring it to the stage right now. MJ, unmute your mic. You are on the stage. Wait, hold on, MJ.
Oh, move that
Come
one.
on,
Move that
MJ.
one. Too late, MJ. Too
MJ
late.
lost it. You got to be ready, MJ. Oh, we got my man. Hold on, wait. We got, what's it here? We got
Fleezy from Black Renaissance Podcast. What's up, my brother?
Fleezy from Black Renaissance Podcast,
This man got the mic and
He
everything.
got the, bro. You ready, man? Look, let me tell you. Tell us, brother, what's your take on this, man? You dating outside your race or what, brother?
Never dated outside my race, never dated a white woman, never had sex with a white woman. And I 100% agree with the brother Umar Johnson, who states the fact that once a black woman actually lets a white man enter her cave, she is like basically no good to like the black race. Unfortunately, I definitely agree with that take. I'm not gonna lie, I am totally for my brother and keep preaching that good word. So yeah, I'm all for stand with black women, black on black relationships, you know.
Fleezy, well, look, I appreciate you coming up here and giving us your take, brother.
Shout out to Fleezy.
And I would say this, if the sister did allow the Iceman to shoot his ancestors into her vagina, I believe we can get with our queen mothers of traditional African spiritual culture, and maybe we could perform a vaginal exorcism to get that white man's ashe out of her womb.
They got the detox teas.
Yes.
And they put some
Yes.
tea. They gotta put some tea
Put
on
some
that thing.
sage, some herbs, do some prayers, and get his ashe. Because let's be honest, and I want my sisters to hear me on this. Women are not men and are not supposed to be, nor should they try to behave like us. And I see a lot of sisters trying to be serial monogamous like a lot of men are. And it's dangerous to their spiritual and psychological health, because whoever a woman lays with, he will leave fingerprints in her vagina. Not physical, spiritual.
Yeah.
And a big reason why a lot of our black women are so unhealthy psychologically and so unhappy spiritually is because they have the energy of multiple men swimming in their uterus. What they could have all used condoms. I'm not talking about his physical ashe. I'm talking about his spiritual ashe. Women keep us in them. Every man she lays with is in her until she conducts a spiritual detox. So sisters, please don't turn into a serial monogamous. And of course, if you're out there sexing too much, ladies, you're going to end up with a loosey-goosey. And the older you get, the harder it is for that loosey-goosey to rebound back to its normal shape and size and tightness.